everyone. In today's video, we're going to test your spiritual hearing. What does that mean, you might ask? Well, it's just a game, don't worry. There's nothing to be afraid of. This is not a real medical examination of your hearing. What we're going to test is how well you can listen to your intuition. As you can see, we have these 3 options laid out for you. And I am going to ask you to listen carefully to each object and make your choice based on how much you're resonating with the sound. So try to disregard your visual inclinations. Pretend as if these pouches and this envelope are not even here. And just try to make sure that you listen very carefully to the sound each of them makes. There are objects hidden within them, and those objects also have a significance to this reading, which we're going to talk about once you have made your choice. So by choosing option 1, 2, or 3, based on what you hear, you're also choosing a card that has a special message for you. So if you're ready, I would like to show you what these objects sound like. So let's give it a listen. Once again, I'd like to ask you to just listen. Try to be in a non-judgmental, neutral space and just give a listen to each of these and make your choice afterwards. You're going to have plenty of time to make your decision. There's no need to rush. So in this first part of the video, please just allow your thinking mind to have a rest and listen to the sounds. So this is the first object and what it sounds like. I'm going to bring it closer to the microphone so that you can listen really well. And once again, I'd like to ask you to listen with your subconscious instead of your actual physical ears. Whether you like it or not. Okay, so that was the first option. And here comes the second one. So let's listen to it. Listen without judgment, without any preconceived notions. Okay. So that was the second one. And now let's move on to the third one. this is all completely subjective. There are no right or wrong answers. It's all a matter of what you resonate with. So I'm going to give you a little bit of time to make your choice. Is it 1, 2, or 3 that you most resonate with? If you want, you can stop the video here and take your time. This is an important decision, so I'm going to allow you as much time as you need. And once you have your choice, I invite you to skip to that part of the video and listen to your message. Alright, so if you've picked the first one, let's see first of all what the object is that was inside of here. What on earth is this, you may ask? And I had the same question when I first saw it. Well, if I'm not mistaken, these are characters written in Thai, and these are some candy for your throat when you get sick, when you cough a lot. It says anti-cough pill, herbal flavor, against cough, refreshing and dissolve phlegm. Allow 2 to 4 pills to dissolve slowly in your mouth when required. Suitable for adults and children. I have no idea what's inside, as I've never opened it. I'm keeping it for a special occasion when I'm coughing a lot. But I hope it's not made of centipedes. So anyway, the additional message that this object holds for you is that of healing. So the message that you are going to receive in a moment, let's actually have a look at your card, is going to be on how you can heal. What is your pathway towards healing? And your message is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a powerful character. Not only because he is a king, but he's also the king of the intellectual realm. He is ruling the realm of rationality. Now, being a king, he is a decision maker. And in order for you to get closer to your healing, in order for you to heal yourself, what's really important is that you start making decisions that come from that place of rationality, calm, cool, impartial analysis, a plan, a strategy that is well organized thought out, well constructed, instead of taking wild guesses. This card is pointing to the importance of involving science in your healing process. Us in the esoteric community, a lot of us are feeling like scientific facts or scientific research and practice are opposing our beliefs, but that's not true. As a matter of fact, these two functions of the human psyche, the scientific and the artistic or esoteric, they complement one another, they support one another. The King of Swords is asking you to cut, mercilessly detach from practices in your life that make no sense. To practice only what is beneficial in a rational way. And now, saying that, it could inspire you to think that any other functions or structures of your life that are not scientifically provable, your faith, your religion, your spiritual practices, that they should fall away as well. Not necessarily. There's a place for those things as well. But if you find that they are no longer helping you, that they are not beneficial, then it's time to drop them, or at least create a distance between you and those things that are too ambiguous. When it's about your health, it's really important that you examine the situation from a very objective point of view. And this can also indicate the importance of involving an expert. The King of Swords is kind of like a professor, a doctor, someone who is not invested in you personally, someone who does not have that subjective viewpoint, and someone who can perhaps be hurtful in the way they express themselves, because swords, they do not really correspond to the feelings. The King of Swords is not preoccupied with conserving a comfortable mental state in you. His main purpose is to get to the truth, to cut to the heart of the matter. And in your case, that is also the most important thing to do, to try and eliminate the fluff and get to what really matters, what is really true. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of an independent observer. The King of Swords, I think, mainly stands for this: the involvement of someone who has no stake in the game, someone who is impartial but fair, someone who is not wary of offending you if necessary, someone who can be a little bit ruthless but maybe that's something you need, a little bit of tough love. So allow this energy to manifest in your life. Allow this presence to be a guiding force in your healing journey. Perhaps it's not empathy that you need the most. We sometimes think that it's empathy that heals, but not always. Sometimes the truth is more important, and the truth can be hurtful. If you've picked the second object, let me first reveal what was inside. It's a necklace. A pyramid necklace. So the pyramid is a symbol of perfection and communication with the divine. So the topic of this reading and the significance is your own search for perfection, your own search for that divine connection. Let's see what the card says. We have the Nine of Wands. The search for perfection is mainly the ability to reject. So there's a little bit of a paranoid undertone to any quest for perfection, always. Because perfection is not inclusive. Perfection is an act of exclusion. The Nine of Wands is about being defensive, building a protective structure that eliminates outside threat. Your quest for perfection has made you somewhat too cautious. It has made you want to close or lock doors instead of opening new ones. The question is, what is more important? What do you value more? Are you dead set on reaching some sort of sacred perfection within yourself or in your life? Are you so focused on reaching those high levels of consciousness that you are distancing yourself from anything with even a hint of impurity? Is your quest for perfection making you less trusting? And what kind of a burden does this put on you? Are you eventually going to reject your own self as well? The Nine of Wands is almost like an immune reaction. It's interpreting any and every outside situation is threatening when it's taken to an extreme. No, I'm not saying that in your case you're already there. I'm not saying that you are taking this to an extreme, but the potential is there, and this is a warning to make sure that you keep some flexibility of mind. Flexibility is more important than this rigid and unshakable desire for perfection. If you've picked number 3, let's see what the object is inside of here. And that's a photo. I found this photo on the street in a cardboard box. Some family got rid of their old photographs, and I found a bunch of them. I found it kind of sad and hard to explain that a family would discard their memories like that. But at the same time, it's cool that I found them. It's cool that I have the ability to look at them and wonder who these people are. When this photo was taken, I think perhaps in the 1960s, 50s, 60s, 70s, something like that. So, the message that you're going to receive now has to do with memories. Let's see what your message is. And we have the 3 of Pentacles for you. Now, this is telling me that remembering is actual work. Remembering is not a passive function of the brain. It's not something that just happens automatically, necessarily. It requires persistence, requires an investment of energy, time, and work, especially if you're trying to preserve the memory of your family or of your peoples. It takes not only individual effort, but team effort. That's what the 3 of Pentacles is about. This card is asking you, what memories do you need to recover that are not readily available to you? What memories from the past you need to work on reconstructing, recovering, and who can be your partner in recovering those memories? So when you're rebuilding your family tree or family history, for example, you need to have, it can be, of course, it can be an individual effort on the surface, but really, you're always working with, communicating with, bargaining with other people. And this card is asking you to consider this as a mission. There are some secrets, some memories, some values hidden in your memories that can be brought back and enjoyed in the present, but only by way of a cooperative effort with other people. So, there might be some photographs that you've forgotten about. There might be some other things that are the legacy of your family, the memory of who you were, who your family was, what they were doing. There's infinite treasure to be found in the past, but it's not going to spontaneously just come to you. It's something that you need to work for. And so this card is reminding you of this task. And it's asking you to think along the lines of who you can associate with, who you can partner with in order to make this a reality instead of a daydream. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.